We're getting close to the crags, and wow, look at that. Peaceful out here. This is exactly what we were looking for. Look at this. We're getting somewhere now. So yeah, I'm gonna be in trouble for that one. So that's not the trail, that's a waterway. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are out hiking the Crags Trail, which is just south of the Zion National Park entrance, the southern entrance. And we've heard that this is an absolutely beautiful hike and nobody ever comes up here. So we're hoping that's the case. And I think we're heading up near those. Should be an interesting day. It's like a 7-mile hike. Rated as hard, I think, but a lot of people said it's more of a moderate trail. So, looking forward to it. Be nice to get out for a good day hike. And the clouds are really moving across those peaks. There are tons of cacti on this trail, and right next to the trail. So, watch where you're walking. And I can see lots of cryptobiotic soil just off of the trail, so be sure to stay on the trail and don't damage the soil crust. It's important to everything around here. One trail tip that I read about this specific trail is that you should wear longer pants. And it's mainly because of all the cacti and just all of the scrub and stuff that's so close to this trail. He said that your legs will thank you later for having pants on. So just a heads up on that, and thanks to the All Trails posters that talked about that. First little short uphill. We had heard that there really aren't many people that hike this trail for whatever reason. It's supposed to be beautiful, but there are only a couple cars in the parking lot. But the road to get here was not mentioned anywhere on any of the trail reports that I'd read. But it's pretty rough. Any kind of SUV can get through it, but we watched a guy getting pretty close to bottoming out his little Hyundai or whatever it was. Our Jeep was totally fine. But if it's recently rained or something, that road's going to be impassable. It's pretty steep and very muddy and rutted up. Oh, look at that. That one? Yeah, it's pretty neat. A little different, big ball of cactus. Now this is the way to get out and hike. Nobody around, beautiful views. We've definitely been gaining a little elevation along the way. Feels good, there's a nice breeze out. It was looking a little stormy when we left the RV, but thankfully the clouds are kind of clearing up and not expecting any bad weather today, hopefully. That's hot, and it's high humidity today. It's like 30% something, which is like nothing, but feels humid when you're used to like 10. Yeah, it's a good sized lizard. Hey little buddy. I like his collar. We got a helicopter tour. We saw them warming up the rotors when we were heading down to this trail, and now we see them taking off. Be kind of cool, but man, those helicopter rides are expensive. Oh my gosh. So, I don't know. It'd definitely be neat to see it from the air though. Whole different perspective, I'm sure. Seen a couple of those large ant nests, so watch where you're stopping up here and taking a break. Funny story, but years ago my dad and my uncle were in Myrtle Beach, and he might think this is funny sharing this story, but they were in Myrtle Beach and there was a bar that kind of stayed open all night but had to shut down for like an hour, and you had to go outside during the shutdown. So they were there and they went outside and they're hanging out, and they'd been drinking for a while, so they weren't paying much attention, and next thing you know, they're getting chewed alive by fire ants. And they had been standing right in a big fire ant pile and for who knows how long and had no clue. Kind of funny. Luckily they didn't get hurt too bad, but serves them right for staying out drinking all night, I guess. The lichen on some of these rocks is just absolutely incredible. It's so thick. Never seen it this thick before. seen lots of colorful lichen, bright greens and oranges and purples. Some black like that, but never like really puffed up, kind of dome shape. It's pretty cool. Something unique, I guess. At least unique for me. Definitely getting into some deeper sand here. So I'm going to take the lead for a little bit. I normally let Lindsay lead, but she asked me to take the lead for a little while. I like to let her lead, that way she can use her snake dart to find all the snakes and whatever else might be out there. And she can kind of set her own pace. That way I don't walk away from her or whatever else. But we're getting close to the crags. And wow, look at that. This is awesome. And so far we've only seen a couple people down in the parking lot that were getting ready to start their hike, and a group of 3 guys coming back down. So peaceful out here. This is exactly what we were looking for. Watch out for these suckers. The points on them are super sharp. You can kind of see one right here, and they'll go right through your clothing. And the guys that we passed were like, yep, there's the one that got me. And I didn't know what they were talking about, and then I walked past one and it stabbed right through my pants. Found a nice big lake down there. I didn't know you'd see a lake here. Man, the views are outstanding. So that's Zion National Park Canyon and a whole bunch of backcountry. We just took a little breather and sat down on our big rock, had a nice view, and looked at the All Trails map. And it looks like we're getting ready to go on the steepest part of the trail. So it doesn't look very long, but it looks much steeper than what we've already done. And then we should get to walk along a nice top flat plateau and get to enjoy the view. All right, up we go. It's definitely getting a little steeper. There's a decent sized lizard. Kind of pretty. Oh yeah, I feel my heart rate going up a little bit. It's hot out today. Oh yeah. 151. It's cranking. So yeah, I'm going to be in trouble for that one. So that's not the trail, that's a waterway. The trail actually wraps around, and we took a shortcut up here. Oops.
Shortcut. But now, which way do we even go?
This is a challenge. We're heading that way. I just checked on, so we're heading this way. I just checked on All Trails. When we got to the top of that little waterway climb, Lindsay just looked at me and said, Dick's Ditch. That's the infamous ski run at Jackson Hole that I took her down almost 20 years ago now. 15, 20 years ago.
I don't like when all the bushes are touching me.
Yeah. Look at this. We're getting somewhere now. Wow. So pretty. And we have it all to ourselves. So we got that nice panoramic view in front of us, but ahead of us, we've got this. Not sure how high up this trail goes, but I know we got to gain some elevation here soon. You're fine, take your time. I'm just walking at my usual pace. What's comfortable for me. Cool little shelter here. Natural shelter. That's a big rock slab. This last little push to the top definitely gets a lot steeper. No joke. I still wouldn't consider this a hard trail. A moderate, definitely. But I guess if you're not used to hiking in the mountains or have no experience with that, I could see why this could be considered hard. But the payoff is spectacular. Views for miles. And the crags lie ahead. I'm seeing quite a few of these long-growing cacti. So cool. This one's really long. Kind of looks similar to a prickly pear, but it grows straight out across the ground instead of up into different leaves. Kind of unique. Pretty. Lindsay just said she's huffing and puffing. I think this part of the trail's working on her a little bit. It's got my heart rate rocking. Like I said, it's not super hard, not technical or anything, but it's steep. Oh, we're getting so close. Can almost feel them. just ahead of us. We're almost to the top of the steep part, and then we've got a nice little walk across the flat to the end of the trail. And I can't remember if I mentioned this or not, but after the hike, we're going to head down into Springdale, which is the town just outside of Zion, and check out the town, maybe grab a snack or a beer or something. We finally made it up to the plateau portion of the hike, made it past that big steep climb. Man, the payoff is spectacular up here. It's so pretty. My heart rate's coming back down, feeling good. Got a nice breeze up here. Ready for a snack when we get to the end. I think we got maybe another half mile, maybe a little more. Okay, when you get to this point, don't go up this trail. Instead, go down this trail. This has got blocked off for some reason. It's probably just to a lookout, but I'm sure they're trying to regrow the area or something. Winds are starting to pick up here. It's feeling good for the hike though.
Huh?
Said the winds are starting to pick up here.
Oh yeah, feels good.
Yep. I think the whole area is under a high wind advisory today, and it's a fire weather watch. It's super dry. Not much rain's hitting the ground. Hey there, little guy. Just hopped out onto this log. So now that we're up to the top of the climb and cutting across the plateau, it's not really a big plateau. We're just riding along the edge of the cliff. And Lindsay just said she can see why this is a hard rating, not a moderate. And I can kind of see that. It's not a flat, easy trail. You're kind of going across rocks and stuff. Nothing super hard, but it's lots of loose sand, loose rocks, and a little bit of sketchiness here and there. And you got a pretty big fall. It's not a cliff line necessarily, but you're going to be tumbling down for a while. Not going to be fun.
I would say that if you get to the rock where you can see the lake or whatever the big water feature is, then up until that point it's moderate, and then past that it's probably hard. So if you're not wanting to do the whole hike, that would be a good place to stop, and that's probably 2 miles in.
Yeah, totally. Yep. It'd definitely be worth it, and it's very easy moderate.
Yeah, and you're getting, I mean, I don't know obviously what's at the top yet, but you're getting a lot of the same views, the payoff for the work.
Yep. Need a hand? The trail really opens up quite a bit again. You can kind of see now we're actually up on the plateau area. So we made it to the end of the Eagle Crags Trail on all trails, and it's not really an end. The trail just keeps continuing on, but I'm pretty sure I read on Joe's Guide to Zion, which I'll put a link in the description below. It's an awesome website for everything Zion related in the whole area. I think it's part of a bigger kind of multi-day backpacking trail system. So the All Trails Trail to Eagle Crags, you really got to pay attention and watch where you are in the trail systems that you actually stop. And I think we both kind of have to say, like, the end of the trail is pretty cool over here, but that last little section is way harder than the rest of the trail, and the payoff's not there, maybe. So I would say, if you're not wanting to like challenge yourself and do that last little bit of the trail, you could just, work your way up to the section where it gets steep and more difficult, and stop there and enjoy the view into Zion, enjoy the view of the crags, have a little lunch break, hang out for a bit, and then work your way back down. I definitely can't say that there's anything spectacular at the end of this trail.
So would you say that was like 3 miles in, go 3 miles?
Yeah, probably 2.5 to 3 miles into the trail would be a good place to stop, somewhere over in that area. And then the last mile of it, it's a little bit challenging. It's kind of neat, but there's no like big spectacular reward at the end. And like I said, the trail really doesn't stop, so you could technically continue on, but I don't know where it goes. And it's not showing up on my All Trails map because I didn't download the topographic map. But anyway, that kind of wraps up this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope you enjoyed our nice day out. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And if you haven't done so yet, be sure to subscribe, because you get to see more views like this and amazing areas of Utah and the Southwest. And until next time, we'll catch you later. See ya.